right? And I realized in terms of this, the theme to our queens, what I realized is that most of the songs that I play have to do, in terms of dealing with queens, has to do with being in a relationship, right? So in my time in terms of relationships, I use song as a way to open up the doors of opportunity to meet the queen in my dreams. So this first song is called My Kind of Woman, right?
Amen.
She's just my kind of woman. She knows the way to treat a man. She's just my kind of woman. Mother fellas just don't have a chance. She's just my kind of woman. Through thick and thin, by you she'll always stand. Natural and pure in every single way. She stays fit and healthy through the ancient ways. She got enough to breathe from university. Focuses on family, the rest of the being a thing. My baby loves me, she gives me whatever I need. Not just the sex, it's spirituality. Don't get me wrong, we don't always have to agree. But this woman's better than any fantasy. That girl, she don't play around, play around. Always on point, she ain't no clown, she ain't no clown, she ain't no clown. 2 for 2, blow for blow, round for round, pound for pound, she's rolling down. She's my queen, she wears the crown. Never will I ever let her down. She's royal. So loyal, yeah. She's just my kind of woman. She knows the ways to treat a man. She's just my kind of woman. Mother fellas just don't have a chance. She's just my kind of woman. Through thick and thin, by you she'll always stand. So, when you're trapped in a basement like this for 12 hours and there's riots outside, there's a whole lot, right? So, there's a particular song in Haiti. It's actually, it dates back to like 1920s, but basically it talks about community coming together, letting go of old things or things that basically prevent people from coming together, for all of us to come together. And so the name of the song is called La Guerre, which basically means let it go, right? So I think it's important. I think it's awesome that I can sing this song because actually I was speaking to a friend of mine today, and Kofi Annan basically said, actually, you know what, let me get the quote right to be exact. If y'all don't mind. Struck me when she said it. Kofi Annan basically said, when women are fully involved and the benefits can be seen immediately, families are healthier, they are better fed, their income savings and reinvestment go up. Right?
Definitely agree.
And what is true of families is true of communities and eventually of whole countries. Right?
Yeah.
So this song really talks about that. Our celebration of women here talks about that. So y'all enjoy. It's called La Guerre.
I'm about to, I just want to say that I am honored to be here today celebrating Black women. And I had no idea what piece I was going to do because I have like, I don't know which one we doing. So I picked out 2 out of 9. So I hope that, I hope y'all like these. So I like them. So I hope y'all do. And actually, you know what? Before I read these, I'm gonna start off with this one poem. It's pretty much an introduction to pretty much the recipe of Danny Sky. Like when people ask who is Danny Sky, how was she created, aside from Guy and my mama. Like this is the recipe. So I always read this like every event that I do. It kind of sets the tone. So this is called Birth of a Poet. Maya Angelou was my surrogate mother who instilled in me that I am a phenomenal woman. Langston Hughes was my father who told me it was okay to have dreams, to hold fast to those dreams. Nikki Giovanni was my cool auntie that taught me that black feeling, black talk was something to be proud of and not ashamed. Nina Simone was my cool big sister who taught me that it was okay to feel the blues. That strange fruit would transform from lynching to police brutality. Manufactured in 1980. God put his hand over my life. He anointed my hands, mind, and mouth to speak without fear. I have always believed that I was destined for greatness. I heal broken hearts, crush big egos with my words. This is the birth of a poet, and that's their first piece. I hope y'all like it. It's called Chocolate Girl, so it's dedicated to all the chocolate girls out there. I read it at an event I did last summer, and I remember 2 chocolate babies came up to me, and they was like, "Thank you so much for reading that piece. Thank you so much." I was like, oh, that made me feel like a star. They took pictures with me and everything and stuff. But I was just like, oh, I was like, I feel special. I was like, okay. So I guess I just made a national anthem for chocolate girls everywhere. So I'm just like, okay. So I'm glad that I can encourage, you know, little girls like that to feel, you know, that their skin is beautiful, because it is, you know, and I'm just like, there's nothing wrong with you. And anybody that got something to say, they just mad because they not chocolate. That's all. So it's called Chocolate Girl. She came running in the kitchen with tears in her beautiful brown almond-shaped eyes. "Mommy, mommy." "Yes, baby." They called me Tar Baby. They said I was too dark. They told me I was ugly. As I heard these words, my heart began to break for my baby girl. I kneeled down and wiped her tears. I kissed her forehead and smiled, admiring her beautiful skin and so proud to be her mommy. I took my baby girl's hand and led her to a mirror, wrapping my arms around her and giving an affirmation. "Chocolate girl, look up. I don't care what anyone says. You are beautiful. You are enough, my darling. In life, the world will be cruel to you. People will be mean. But today, as I stand here with you, I will continue to remind you that your skin is beautiful, silky smooth. Your smile is golden like the sun. You are special. Your laugh is contagious. You make everyone in the room happy. You are a blessing to me. You are a gift from God. Chocolate girl, you are precious. Chocolate girl, you are the prize. Never let anyone tell you different. You will change the world and set out to do great things. As you grow into a woman, you will become a goddess. Men of all races will bow to you because you are a queen. Make mommy proud. Most importantly, make yourself proud. Love yourself. Love this beautiful skin you are in. Don't get angry and curse God. He did not make a mistake. You are the shade you are supposed to be. He made you in his image, which is perfection. Your heart is so big. You have so much love inside of you, so much love to give to the world. I love you, chocolate girl, not just because you are my daughter, but because you have the courage to stand tall. You are a lot stronger than you think. So from now on, I want you to walk with your head held high. I know it's going to be hard at times, but never let them see you sweat. Never let them see they can get the best of you. You hold the power. I will be here with open arms, comforting you when needed. I believe in you. Chocolate girl, you are the greatest. And that's that second kiss.
You'll be traveling around the, you're a history buff. You hear about East St. Louis and you be like, yo, what a black township. What you talking about, man? What I love about East St. Louis is that the people in East Boogie are very, very, very resilient, very strong. They have style, they have class, they have grace, excel well, not just in sports, but academically too. The first people I met from East St. Louis, I met them on collegiate academic scholarships at universities around the country. Okay? So Miss Charmaine Savage came home after her, world tour around the world, and she basically lived by the idea that what she gained from herself coming out of East St. Louis. She came back and she calls her magazine I Am East St. Louis. Now, how many of you have heard of this magazine, I Am East St. Louis? Okay, so on January 14th of this year, Sister Charmaine, succumbed to this life and entered into the afterlife. And this is a tremendous loss to us because the work that she was doing is worthy of being saluted. She was taking a hold of the pride and power of East St. Louis in the form of a magazine. And they have an event coming up soon. And Brother Lorenzo, I want you to come up. And on behalf of the Black History Month, committee, I want to give you this particular appreciation, brother. And I just want to give you my love and support, King. I know what you're going through, man. I'm a widower myself, and I want you to know that, man. It's a total love and respect for you, please accept this award, man. Please use this time to just share with people just a moment with the event you have coming up, and just the love you have for sister. And I just want to honor your family, man. Keep that thing going, King. There you go, King. Yes,
Appreciate it, man. Good evening, everyone. I'm so happy to be here today. And like I said, I was running late, and I apologize, but I'm glad God brought me here today. Charmaine Savage is my wife of 29 years. My name is Lorenzo Savage, and I am East St. Louis. I like to say that before I start because, there's a story that comes behind, oh, you got out of East St. Louis, how did you do that, And I let them know, we had good teachers, we had good educators who encouraged us to go to college and excel. And again, like the brother said, we excel in sports, but academia, we have doctors, lawyers, all these people, CEOs of companies. And myself, I graduated from Hampton University with an architecture degree. My wife, Charmaine, graduated from McKendree College in 1989, her degree in business administration. And then she didn't know what she wanted to do with her life. So she said, somebody told her, why don't you try the Navy? Even though she couldn't swim. She did it anyway. And during this time, we went to high school together. We didn't go together, but we went a lot of classes together and were great friends. And of course, I tried to date her then, but it didn't work out. But we eventually got reacquainted after in her senior year of college. And she told me she was going to the Navy. I was like, well, okay. I said, well, I guess I'm gonna go with you then. I was working over here in St. Louis at Westinghouse and going to school part-time. So we got married in '89 and moved to Virginia Beach. And first she was commissioned as an officer in the Navy. But the good thing is we were able to, go to different places around the country. She was a human resources officer. We spent 10 years in Virginia, the first 10 years there. We have 2 kids. They're 29 and 31 now. You know, got to meet a lot of different people from all over. And we felt like we were ambassadors of the city of East St. Louis, and we were held to a higher standard. And I know St. Louis has that same, same reputation, but like I said, if you make it out of East St. Louis, you can make it anywhere. I mean, that's like New York says too. After 21 years in the military, Charmaine retired. During this time, she had always been battling breast cancer, and the first occurrence happened in 1994, I believe. And so we moved back home in 2007 after reoccurrence came back. And the year before she retired, she went to Iraq. It was like she was getting ready to retire after 21 years of service. And they needed somebody to volunteer to go to Iraq, and she stepped up to the plate, and this is why she was battling cancer as well. While she was there, she worked with the Navy SEALs, attached to that team. And so she came back from Iraq, retired from the military, and then we moved back home here and was gonna start her retirement career. But then Admiral Winters, who she worked with in the military, gave her a call and was like, hey, we need a good HR officer here in San Diego. And so, he offered her a job as a government employee. And she was hesitant about it, and I was like, if an Admiral offers you a job, when the next time you're gonna get this opportunity? So I say, hey, go ahead and take it. If a year you don't like it, hey, we come back home, it's not a big deal. I wanted her to experience everything that she can. And I will tell any man who's married to a woman, again, that's your strength. Like you're saying, I'm adjusting to the difference now. Like you said, I used to just put my check in the bank and I didn't have to worry about anything. She balanced the checkbook, did everything, and I'm not ashamed to say it. And I miss her for that, as well as other things. But she went back to work for the government for a couple of years as a GS-14, one of the highest ranking government workers. Created a new program that was used Navy-wide now for tracking service time away. And then breast cancer came back, and she decided to retire again, and that's when we moved back home in 2014. And during that time, she was trying to figure out what she wanted to do. She used to always tell me, well, you're an architect, you love what you do, that's something I want to figure out what I want to do with my life. And I was like, you're gonna do it, you're gonna find something. And all along, we always said that, anybody that would tell you, we told them we're coming back home, we're gonna do something positive for our community and the youth there. So fortunately, or unfortunately, a writer, a CNN reporter claimed to be from East St. Louis, said that East St. Louis is like, walking the streets of Iraq or something, and my wife was like, hold up, I was in Iraq. And they had tanks and bombs and things like that they have to go through every day. So we felt like that was an overstatement there. And that became the genesis of explaining exactly what East St. Louis is. And we started that magazine, and she started in 2015. It officially came out in January of 2016. And the first cover had the mayor of East St. Louis on it. We had Senator Dick Durbin, senator from Illinois, grew up in East St. Louis. And the thing I like that people say all the time is like, I didn't know that person was from East St. Louis. And it's like, yes, when you look at the size of the city, the number of PhDs that we have for our cities, a lot of other communities. Not just PhDs, but I mean, we spotlight the everyday person in the city that's doing good, as Valerie Young here knows, a good friend of ours. And, I'm just so thankful that Charmaine was able to latch on to this this moment and this drive, I mean, that's what I like to tell people. If you don't know what you want to do, find a cause, whatever you do, hopefully it's a cause or something that, you know, in any business that you're doing something to raise the expectations of someone to come behind you. And I'm just so happy that she was able to find us in her last 4.5 years on this planet. After 22 years of, you know, military service and retiring as commander, she's more proud of what we did here with the magazine and the foundation we have. So we had a dinner last December. We have an annual dinner that you all are invited to. Just to let you know we're going to keep it moving. You know, her cause was my cause. You know, everything we did together. You know, so I'm going to continue as the executive director of I Am East St. Louis, the foundation. And we have a function coming up April 12th, which is the day before her birthday, at the Katherine Dunham Center in East St. Louis for the magazine release party. And if you go to IamESTL.com, you can see all of the back issues of the magazine. You can see her story. You go and like us on Facebook, you'll see that I started sharing some of the new issue that's coming out. Charmaine's on the cover. It's the first time. And we really appreciate your support. And I look forward to seeing you all again in the future. Thanks again.